The recent crisis in regards to kafala workers, specifically when you talk about the Ethiopian embassy and how young women have been essentially dumped in front of the Ethiopian embassy with no passports to be able to go anywhere and no way to get home, that crisis in itself is a system of a much larger system, a system that has allowed all of this to happen, being kafala. Now, kafala is essentially a legal void that prevents domestic workers from being under labor laws, that prevents them essentially from having any rights and for there being any accountability towards their employers, their kafils. This lack of accountability and this lack of visibility under the law is what has made kafala essentially modern-day slavery, because the kafil has complete and total and unacceptable power over these kafala workers and over these young women who are very often minors as well. It's woven itself to the very center of Lebanese way of life. These kafala workers are very much dependent on, which is incredibly sad considering the way they're treated, but also says a lot about the quality of life in Lebanon. We're living a lifestyle we can't afford, and kafala is basically a temporary duct tape on a sinking ship, and one that really is going to stain the history of this country, which is a beautiful country. I think the Lebanese youth in particular have a big role to play in this, in the sense that they kind of owe it to their country and owe it to these women who have suffered so much to wake up a certain sense to the level of indoctrination that they received, where they're basically used to having a kafala worker clean up after them, cook for them, do everything for them. There's a certain standard that we've set for ourselves and for our children that has really kept the system alive and has kept it going. And to a certain extent, it's up to the newer generation to do their part in abolishing the system and in ensuring a better equality for all workers in Lebanon. It's up to them to kind of wake up to the situations they're putting these people, there are people, sometimes people forget that. They are people working in your home, people with their own lives, people with their own dreams, and they are not treated as such. They are treated as property. It is, in fact, modern-day slavery, and it is abhorrent. It is a stain on an otherwise beautiful, beautiful country, and it absolutely must not be fixed or tweaked. It must be completely abolished.